The Summer Championships are in full swing, and Nursery Gamers hosted the Apex Legends Summer Champs Grand Finals on August 7th through the 8th of 2021. The Grand Finals featured various teams who qualified throughout the course of the Summer Championship season. 4 teams qualified through monthly qualifiers, an additional 5 teams qualified after placing in the Last Chance qualifier, and the final 10 spots were determined by the top point earners by the time the Grand Finals came around. This tournament featured a collection of some of the best NA teams in Apex Legends, and while not every top-tier team competed at this event, we did see Cloud9,
and Cloud9 are ready to take this fight.
Renegades,
now see Thermite's starting to hit. That is a very low person in there, and it might be the go button for Renegades.
and Space Station Gaming. Other notable teams included Pittsburgh Knights, Ghost, Xset, and Noble. Day 1 kicked off with Ghost Gaming taking an early lead by placing first in the first round, placing second in the second round, and racking up 12 kills in the third round.
Ghost that are on the bush right now, and that is not good news for anyone.
Their main strategy was lurking in the shadows and waiting until teams were in firefights to bombard them with a third-party execution. Team cheez-it and Premier GG were close behind, with top 3 finishes throughout the first day. However, with a stunning performance, Space Station Gaming, also known as SSG, knocked Premier GG down, forcing a second-place tie between SSG and cheez-it at the end of Day 1. The momentum wasn't strictly with those top 3 teams, however. As the matches continued, Team eRa finished first in Round 4, and Pittsburgh Knights followed suit, snagging a win in Round 5. At the end of the day, Ghost Gaming's third-party upset strategy proved to be the key to holding that first-place spot. While this strategy may have worked, it was easily noticed by opposing teams. They knew that if they were to come out of this tournament champions, they would have to adopt a new strategy for Day 2. And that's almost exactly what happened. On Day 2, it seemed like every squad knew what they needed to do to make any progress in the leaderboard, and adapted for it quickly. The Pittsburgh Knights kept their momentum and had more first-place wins than any other team by the start of the second half. Because of this, they were now the team to go after. eRa started the day with the most top finishes of both days, but kept racking up kills each round despite finishing in a low placement. Xset and C9 were often picked off early, but while they weren't placing in the top of the leaderboard, they did come through with high kill counts. By round 8, C9 put together the team's best round. Unfortunately, that was the closest they came to getting back into real contention. While Ghost were the leaders going into Day 2, Xset made sure they weren't going to run away with the top spot again. Ghost Gaming failed to make any moves and consequently finished 14th, 10th, and 19th in the first 3 rounds of the day. Xset's aggressive strategy caught up with them quickly, however, forcing an early elimination in rounds 10 and 11. Sign Us Please, otherwise known as SUP, had shown real potential for some insane pop-offs in this tournament up to this point, and did it again in round 9. A 9-kill first-place finish solidified the team as a real threat to the top group.
Sign Us Please, they hold the keys.
Some teams, like Premier GG, weren't so lucky.
Pops its head up, it's Rakanishu.
The final round is where things really got interesting. cheez-it were the main competitor, but their run was short-lived when they were knocked out and received 15th place.
This is so bad for our top 2 squads, and you know SSG, they are sitting there looking at the kill feed and having the time of their lives.
At this point, all SSG really had to do was coast to a high placement and they would lock in the victory. The other teams knew this and decided to target SSG to ensure their victory did not go unearned. 13th place was where SSG would fall. Suddenly, what looked like a 2-team race became wide open. From here, it seemed like the final was going to take a fair bit of math to work out, with the leaders eliminated and a bunch of lower-ranked teams still in the race. But the only real threat left took care of business. eRa dominated. With a stunning 10 kills, eRa picked up the first-place finish in round 12 and were crowned the Apex Legends Summer Champions.
They have completely thrown the leaderboard in flux and pulled the win.
A climactic end to a great tournament.
Apex Predator now. Hope you're watching, mate.